Hey there! Well, you've already started letting it play, so you may as well watch some of it because you were interested enough to let it start playing. So this was Ollie's. This was today, December 11th, 2025. I was in stores. Shop with me today. Yay! I got to go into another store, and this is what they had in this store today, just today. And they had some really cool new stuff, especially for Cricut people and for people who want to buy craft kits for people for Christmas or whatever. And this was great. Now, some people had said that I had not been doing very well at giving off the prices, so I tried a few different ways of showing the prices. So if you would please let me know which one you like. First off, it's just showing you the price on the object when I'm showing it to you. So that's the first one, and these are the cute little things that they had. This one didn't have a price tag on it, but it's on the dollar table, so it was $1. But I would like to point out that even though this is a good brand, they're not. At least one of the gems was off in all of these. But you know what? For $1, for 20 cents each for those gems, I mean, take them off the paper clips if you want to. Then you have 5 big paper clips to decorate, and then you have those 5 big, beautiful gems to do stuff with. Another item on the dollar table is this particular set of stamps, and they did have 2 different sets of stamps that I found in this store. Nope, I take that back. 3. There's 2 right here, that one with the flowers, and then this one with the backgrounds and the textures. Those were 2 of the ones that they had, and they did have a third one. But again, dollar table, none of these had a price on them, so these were all $1. And then they had this beautiful ribbon. They had this blue one right here, and I just noticed in the background that there's a pink one that I didn't see while I was in store. So there's also a pink one back there, and if you go back and look at it, they had Cricut infusible ink. These have been showing up a lot in the Ollie's lately, but they had something for Cricut that I have never seen in an Ollie's. Oh my gosh, coming up, never seen it. Never at all seen it. Now, those were $3.99, I believe. And then these were $2.99, and these are the EK Tools scissors that have the little shapes on them, and it shows you on the back the different ways that you can use it. And I pause it for a second so you can see how they recommend using it and the ideas that they give you for it. So it's an interesting little package of scissors. They're always $2.99 in the Ollie's. I've never found them any other price. They did have 2 of those little paper mix-ins, but those were the only 2 that I saw. 1 gold, 1 silver. I don't know if they came out of something bigger or if they just got left behind. I don't know. Dollar Tree crafting vinyl. It was cheaper at Dollar Tree if you had the opportunity to buy it. And this is 5 yards, 15 feet of this beautiful lace. And there was one in the box that was already open. So I picked it up and I felt it, and it was soft and so pretty. That was such a beautiful thing of lace for $1.99. That was just absolutely beautiful. They did have the $1.99 pieces of burlap, but those 2 yellow ones are the only 2 that I saw. Science fair project. I mean, seriously, if you haven't done it yet, you are way behind. I'm just going to put it out there. These were really pretty glitter ones. They had like 2 or 3 different colors of silver, blue, purple glitter on them, but they had COVID. If you look in the package, you can see that there's some of the glitter falling off. So you do you on that one. More of the Dollar Tree vinyl. This was such a fun shop today. We were there like bright and early, like right as they opened. And it was really cool because there weren't that many people in the store, so it didn't trigger my anxiety very much, which was really neat. So I think that next Thursday, we're going to try the same thing. Go to the store first thing in the morning. Look at that beautiful flower. If you're in a school that does mums for their homecoming, that would be a great thing to buy for next year. Homecoming's already passed this year, but if you're in a school that does mums for homecoming, that's amazing. Now, that was the second way that I do the prices, where the price floats where the price tag was. So I'm saying them. That was the second way, where the price tag floats where the price tag was. The third way is where I just put it on the screen somewhere. They had this 1 packet of paper. That's the only paper that I saw in the entire store, except for 2 sheets in a package of the glitter paper. These are so cool, and I keep on trying to come up with a way that I can justify buying those for my craft room, but I haven't yet. Loved this. So many different ways to use you as a sentiment. I loved it, and the handwriting, the little script was beautiful. They did have this, which is Heidi Swapp, I believe, and it's really cool because it's I hope you like dogs, cats, kids, and messes. It's a nice little set for 1 set of stencils, but you could also use those letters to do something else. And then they had a bunch more of those flower stamps, not stickers, they're stamps, but they had a bunch more of them on this pile over here. And again, these are $1 a piece, and it was so cool. I loved them. And they had those cupcake things in the back, and these were 99 cents. And this is another one where the price floats with the price tag. So, I mean, let me know what you think of these, because I'm trying something new, because I'm trying to make this a more user-friendly channel, because I like getting the suggestions, because people have been very kind at making suggestions, and, you know, they've been wording them very kindly, and I'm trying to take those ideas and run with them to help people enjoy my videos better, because, of course, I want you to enjoy my videos. A Heidi Swapp Bulldog clip, and that's a big one. That's like a 3-inch or a 2.5-inch Heidi Swapp Bulldog clip for $1. Oh my gosh, that was a great price. Just $1. And they had this whole big box of them. Then, oh, I didn't. This is the Sand Lake store in Orlando. So this is the store on Sand Lake and Orange Blossom Trail in Orlando. They had this galaxy marker, but it was $3. I'm not really sure I would buy that for $3, but look at these thank you bits. You get these little dimensional shiny thank you things. And I didn't realize that EK Tools also does EK Success. I did not realize that. And it also said Jolie on the packet. If you go back and look at it, I did not realize that they were all one company. And that's kind of interesting. But those little thank you dots that you can put on a card were just stunning. And you get 8 of them for $1. And there's your sentiment completely made. And it's dimensional and it's shiny and it's got lots of really cool character to it. I loved it. So I wanted to point that out. They did have an awful lot of these chocolate oh, what are they called? Piñata things. Those chocolate piñata molds by Kaboom. And again, all of them are $1.99 except the large sphere, which is 74 cents. I don't understand the pricing. These large, small, didn't matter. Shape didn't matter. They were $1.99 except for the large sphere, which was 74 cents. I tested this out in one of my lives, and it is stunning. Oh my gosh, if you get a chance to get to the Sand Lake store and pick up some of that wire-edged holographic glittery beautiful ribbon, oh my goodness gracious. I love the different suggestions that they have on how to use these cookie cutters. It's just so really cool that they have the same idea, the same cookie cutter, but you get 2 or 3 different looks out of it. And unicorns! I don't think I've ever seen the unicorn set for cupcakes. I may have. I don't remember, but I loved it. And they did have this hiding in the back. This is a thing by Wilton, I believe it was, to make a gingerbread house. What a perfect time for a kit to make, for the molds or the cutters to make a gingerbread house. So cool. This is the large fractured heart. It's the faceted heart, not the fractured heart. I keep on trying to call it the fractal and the fractured heart, but it's a faceted heart. And they also had the big cupcake, and they were $1.99 for each one. And they had table mats. What are they called? Tablecloths. There's the large plastic ones for both boy and girl. And then around the corner here, they also had one for mermaids. And I thought they were really cool. And these came from Party City. I didn't see a price on them, so I honestly don't know how much they were. But a lot of this stuff in this area was also Party City sellout, where they got the Party City closeout. And here's where they had the rest of the molds. And there you go. There it is right there. The large sphere is 74 cents. I have no idea why that one shape is $1.25 cheaper than the rest of them. I don't know. And it's not the size of it. It's just, that's the way it is. I did find some unicorns, but it took me a while to get them out. So we get to see me hassling and wrestling with this particular thing right here. There we go. Come on. Out, there it goes. And then this is how I knew it was Party City closeout, because it's got this Party City liquidation sign that I had to move in order to get my unicorns out. But look at these unicorns. They are so cute. I love them so much. Look at that birthday wishes. That is just such a cute little thing. Oh my goodness gracious. I loved it. And then we're going over to the pegboard. That was the entire dollar table. And not everything on the table was $1, but that was the dollar table. So the Sand Lake store in Orlando still has a dollar table up. And then this is another way of doing the price tags, where it's just hovering somewhere on the screen. It doesn't actually follow the sticker. These were so cool. They're beautiful little, they're called glow pens or glow highlighters. And I don't know what makes them glow highlighters, but they were only 99 cents, 25 cents each. You get them for 99 cents. And I did not realize this until I put it back, that there were 2 different color sets of them. Look at this other color set with the gorgeous, gorgeous thing. I could not convince myself to buy another set of markers, especially not highlighters, but I loved the second color set. It was so pretty. So you've got the brights and you've got the pastels, and then you've got these beautiful little stamps. These would be excellent for a journal where you could sit there and just stamp down these different shapes into your journal, or if you're trying to encourage a student or someone who is not as good at keeping records of things, then that would be something that would make it more fun. And this is fluorescent acrylic paint. Fluorescent acrylic paint. Look at that. You get 10 tubes of fluorescent acrylic paint. And I thought that was just really neat. I didn't buy it because I didn't need it, but oh my goodness gracious, that was cool. And these are your regular everyday run-of-the-mill fluorescent inks. Not inks, paints. And then they also had one that was watercolors, I believe. And I think that's the next one that I show you. I believe this one was the watercolors. And oh, it's another acrylic paint set. I'm sorry, I was wrong about that one. I thought it was watercolors. And so those were the big things that they had that were new on the pegboard. I did like this Puffy ink, but we've seen this one before. And I think that is interesting to use for something like a shirt, or maybe even on a piece of paper, card, some form of memory book. I think that would be an interesting thing to use for that, because the Puffy ink would, or not Puffy ink, the Puffy paint would make it a more interesting thing to look at. It would give it dimension and it would give it depth. And it would be cool to try that to see if it would work on paper, because I believe it was made for fabric. I don't know. And then they had these. They had both different incarnations of this, both the thinner and the thicker one. And remember that the two different incarnations do not stack together well. The thinner ones stack with other thinner ones beautifully, and the thicker ones stack with other thicker ones beautifully. But the two really don't mesh together very well at all. So I'm just letting you know that that happens. At this particular store, they were $4.99. Like I said, they are most often either $1 or $5, but I have seen one store where they were $2. So those EK Tools punches, which are really nice, all the ones that I've bought and tested have been amazing. We did just pass the green Cricut Smart, but oh my gosh, wait till you see what they have for Cricut. Oh no, we're not there yet. I think it's right behind me right now. I'm standing in the aisle that has all the craft stuff in it, and I'm standing, I believe, right with my back to that other huge major Cricut thing. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. There's another unicorn, and then they had the stitch paint again. And I've seen, ever since I started seeing this, I've seen it in almost every store. And look at this beautiful pack of watercolors. Oh my gosh, I think that was $2.99. I don't remember. That one, obviously, at some point it was clear enough to see because I didn't put the price tag over it. Yeah, there we go. So you get an opportunity to see the price tag. So that's the way I'm doing my prices now. If they're not clear enough to see, then I either say them out loud, which I'm not particularly consistent with, or I put it on screen so that you can see it, and it's either static in one place or it follows the price tag around. And which one of those do you like better? Do you like me just saying it? Do you like me putting it on the screen static, or do you like me putting on the screen where it follows the price tag around? Because I had a lot of fun playing with my editor, figuring out how to do these different ways of doing it. So it was an interesting little trip down Editorville, and learning something new. And that's one of the things that I really love about crafting and about this YouTube channel, is that I'm always learning something new on the YouTube channel, always learning something new about how my editor works, always learning something new about crafting. And our Facebook group and our lives, when I do the live stream crafting, are the best way to get new and unique ideas of how to do things, because when I do a live stream, I don't just sit there and talk. I react to the people that are in my chat. The people in my chat make suggestions, and if I have the crafts in front of me, I will sit there and I will follow through on their suggestions, and it's like we're all crafting and testing everything together, and it's a lot of fun. And we would love to see you in the Facebook group. It's called Chatty Crafty, and there is a link to it in the description of this video. And we'd also love to see you in the live streams, because we have an awful lot of fun. Sharpie creative markers. Never, ever have I seen that before in any store. And I didn't buy them because I wasn't paying as close attention to what I was looking at. Oh my gosh, there's one thing coming up that if I had been paying attention, I would definitely have bought it. Because when I was editing this video and I started actually reading what the box said, oh my goodness gracious, I can't believe I left it behind, but I did. It is what it is, and I can't go into another Ollie's until next Thursday, maybe, because, if you've watched any of my channel, you know that I suffer from severe panic disorder, and I suffer from PTSD, and I suffer from anxiety disorder, and going into these stores is very difficult for me. For some reason that I am not questioning, and I am not complaining about, my brain has labeled Ollie's as safe. So my brain will allow me to go into Ollie's. My brain will also allow me to go into Aldi on Thursday. That's it. And I didn't even go into Aldi today because I went into Ollie, and then I had a doctor's appointment and I had a physical therapy appointment, and that was enough. I was done. There was no way I was going to go to Aldi as well, but oh my goodness gracious. So I'm adoring the fact that I'm able to go into these Ollies and I'm able to show you these things, and it gives me something that I can do outside of it. There it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, if I had read this box when I was there, I would have so bought this item. It is a rechargeable marker airbrush. So you recharge your marker, you recharge this little design, this little tool. You stick your markers in it and it becomes an airbrush. And if I had even paid the slightest bit of attention, I would so bought this, because it also comes with a set of layered stencils that obviously make that a rocket ship. But oh my goodness gracious, why couldn't I have read it while I was in the store? Oh, amazing. It was just that is the coolest thing. Now, I've seen a airbrush marker thing that was done specifically by Sugar Bell for baking and cooking decorations, but that's only the machine. That doesn't get you anything else. That particular kit for $10 got you the machine, it got you a set of markers, it got you a set of stencils, and they're layering stencils. Oh, I wish, to go back in time. But it is what it is. I didn't pick it up, and it will probably be sold out before I get into another Ollie's, but it is something for you to look for if it's something that you want to try, because I think that would be an incredible tool for card making. And I do a lot of card making. It would also be incredible to just decorate junk journals with, or to decorate memory pages with, or to decorate even just, artwork and art rooms, and, use it to make designs on canvas. Oh, it's so versatile. Oh my goodness. And see here, this is the tiny cupcake. That was the little cupcake mold, and it was $1.99. The big cupcake mold was $1.99. Now, granted, it takes less chocolate to fill the small cupcake mold, but I don't understand why the molds are the same price, except the large sphere. Even the small spheres are $1.99. I don't understand that. I'm so confused by this. So I can't even explain it to you. It's gone beyond my logic circuit's ability to sit there and figure it out, but it is what it is. They did have this one pad, and I didn't see this anywhere else. I just saw this one pad sitting on the shelf right where you saw me come up to it on lettering. And they have these metal pieces that came from Dollar Tree. Again, if you picked them up from Dollar Tree, you would have picked them up for a quarter. I don't think that was a good purchase for Ollie's to buy that. And I paused this right here because this is the best view of what's in this. Now, the little white crumbs that you see over there, that's because the bobbins have broken. I'm really not sure what all is in this particular sewing kit, because I don't do sewing, so I have no idea. So whatever it is, it's some sort of sewing thing, and the little bobbins were broken, but that was an awful lot of pieces for the price that they were asking for it. So, and then they still have the little monster things for you to look at. Not to look at, for you to decorate the cakes with. And this is the resin mold that has the 2 boxes, where you get 2 boxes and 2 lids, and they had it for $2. And the first one I picked up didn't have a price tag on it. I had to pick up another one. They did have a lot of really nice wood pieces, but they were stacked rather haphazardly, and I didn't want to cause a craft avalanche by pulling one of them out. And this is resume paper for $2.99. It's 100 sheets of resume paper. That would be so amazing, especially if you're one of the junk journal people who sews your paper together, like uses a sewing machine to sew your papers together. Oh my gosh, that would be so elegant. And these, I have picked these up so many times and never realized that they were blank and that they were ready for you to color the way you wanted them. I never realized that. Now, I don't know if there's any gold in there, or if there's like a gold pen for you to use in there, because the cover of it does show gold. I don't know. I've never actually read the box to see what that was. And this is the other only form of paper that I found. This is 2 sheets of this ruby red glitter paper, and it was $1 for that. And I will say that some of those have the tendency to have COVID, so bear that in mind. I try very hard not to do COVID in my craft room, because I have cats, and cats and glitter just do not match up very well at all. Cricut items. Oh my gosh. So we're not to the really cool Cricut item yet, but they had some cards. And they had a size card. excuse me, they had a size card that I don't think I've seen before. We've seen these multiple times. The first one was $1.99. This one's $2.99. We've seen these multiple times, but they had one for $1.79 that I had never seen before, or at least that I don't remember ever having seen before. And I picked it up. I picked up one of these right here because it says foil transfer insert, and I don't know what that means. So I picked that up. So I am going to try to find out what that means. So in my live tomorrow, I'm going to be testing this particular box and seeing exactly what foil transfer insert cards mean, because there were like 8 of them in there or 12 of them in there for $1.79, and they had so many different covers of this. I just picked up the Be Creative because the bees just drew me to it, and it was such a neat idea for a sketchbook because it comes with the pens, it comes with stickers, and it's only $7.99, and that would be an incredibly cool gift for someone. Just wrap it up, stick it under the tree, put it in a box if you want to so that it's not bumpy, and just wrap it up, put it under a tree, and give it to somebody who is interested in, drawing and sketching and things like that. This is the first one that was cool. I've never read this package before, but did you know that there are 3 of these sticky mats in this package? 3 of them. I didn't know that. That's so cool. I don't do Cricut, so of course I didn't realize that, but $3.99 for 3 of those. I think that has got to be a really good price. This is just a set of folders, and then I got up here and I was looking at the other things. Oh, it's not the first thing. So this little Take It Easy pack, I have no idea what this was, but that looked like a Dollar General sticker on it. And then they had this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous natural parks thing where it shows different, it's a day planner. It's got a calendar in it, but it shows all the different natural park national parks. And sorry, my words got away from me again, but oh, look at this, I've never seen these. Never in any Ollie's have I seen these clipboards with paper on them. Those were not new. Those were neat. I loved those. We've seen most of this other stuff before. I did love the color of this, so I just had to show it to you. And there it is. There it is. There it is. We're coming up on it. Look at it. Look at it. 2-foot by 12-foot transfer paper for $8. It is 24 inches by 12 feet of Cricut transfer tape. That has got to be the best, coolest, best value for Cricut save the lamps I've ever seen in any Ollie's, and I have never seen that anywhere before. Ollie's or otherwise, I have never seen that anywhere before. Oh my gosh, for you Cricut people, if that is something that you can use, and you are anywhere near the Sand Lake store in Orlando, that would be something for you to maybe possibly make a short road trip to if that's your inclination, or if you live near it and that's something that you need. There you go. Now you know it's there. I found these. I never knew that Entenmann's made coffee. And I've been talking about Entenmann's recently because I was talking about the fact that Aldi used to buy time on the Entenmann's line to make their Danishes, so that when you were buying back in the day, and I don't know if it's still true, but back in the day, if you were buying a cheese Danish at Aldi, you were actually buying an Entenmann's cheese Danish, but for a lot cheaper. So they had that Entenmann's. I never knew they made coffee. They had several different flavors of it, and they had these other K-Cups. And the sign above this particular table says K-Cup Buyout. So they had the decaffeinated McCafe, and then they also have the caffeinated McCafe down on the bottom. And they have Hostess. They have Hostess K-Cups. Oh my gosh. And then this Holiday Donut Cafe K-Cup set. Oh my gosh. The flavors just sounded so good. And I have to admit, I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm of the opinion that coffee doesn't taste good. Cream and sugar tastes good. Coffee is to put in your cream and sugar so people don't look at you funny when you're drinking your cream and sugar. That's my opinion of coffee. But I thought they were interesting. And if you like coffee and if that's something that you're interested in, I thought I'd let you know it was there. I keep saying to check out these sale end caps or wherever they put the sale food, because you can find some pretty good buys on food in Ollie's, because that Doritos canister was marked $1.99 and it was 25% off. So it would have been $1.50. And then there was this. I absolutely love horchata from these little freezer thingies from convenience stores. I absolutely love it. It is the best. It is one of the best things to find. And I thought this would be so cool if you wanted one of the convenience store freezer containers on your counter for whatever kind of freezer slushy soft drink frozen thing that you wanted to. And you know what? Since it's in your house, you could put alcohol in it if you wanted to. If you were so inclined, you definitely could. I loved these. These were so beautiful. I was pointed these out for two reasons. Number one, it's a great price for a really good sized roll of wrapping paper. This is foil wrapping paper, and you saw how many times it went around the core for $5. That's the first reason that I pointed it out, because it's a great price. The second thing is that would be amazing in card making, because you could cut off little strips of it and use it as decoration on a card. You could cut off a strip, glue it down to a piece of cardstock so it was stiffer, and use it as embellishments on your card, or you could cut it off and use it as a ribbon on the sides of your card or as a decoration on the side of your card. And they had so many different ones. Look at these beautiful baubles. I just absolutely love those beautiful Christmas balls. Absolutely gorgeous. And all of these, you know that all of these, anything that's not sold is going to go on sale the day after Christmas. So that would be an incredibly large amount of foil decorations for your cards, for card making, or for scrapbooking, or for, if you do scrapbooking en masse so that you can sell it at craft fairs or whatever, you would have an amazing amount of foil paper to use for your crafting. And of course, we went by and we saw all of these books. I wasn't going by these. There was a very loud person that was walking towards the checkout, and I didn't want to be anywhere near that person because it was making me anxious just to hear him from a distance. So we went to another part of the store so that we could avoid that. And we ended up over here by the coloring books. And I haven't shown coloring books in a while, Holly. And my husband started picking them up and started thumbing through them. And this one is different holiday tales. It's different shows that have holidays. So at some point in here is The Major Prize, and then you saw The Grinch there. And so it's different Christmas shows, different Christmas television shows and movies in coloring form. And I thought that was an interesting one. So we looked at a few more of them, and I had a great idea. And I don't know, maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe this isn't a great idea, but some of these have pictures where there's big sections and there's small sections. So like that one there, you've got a big section for Santa's outfit, but you've got small sections for the eye and everything. And it could be a color with me kind of thing, where if you've got a kid or someone who doesn't color as cleanly and as clearly, let them color in the big sections while someone else colors in the small sections, and work together to make a beautiful Christmas color page on a color book. And you could always cut these pages out and set them out and let multiple people work on the same picture at the same time. And that might be a really fun family or relative or extended family or friend thing to do, where you just, all of you work on the same picture and you just color on different parts of it and just choose different things to do and then work together to make this really cool art thing. Or you could just actually draw a grid on it where each person gets a corner of it, and then you color it the way you want it. And when it's done, you have the 4 different personalities of the people who colored it, or maybe 2 different personalities or 3 different personalities, depending on how many sections you cut it into or you grid it off into. I thought that was a cute idea. So, something to think about, because, the holidays, when you're with family, there's got to be something that breaks up the stuff that makes things Christmas. Because, when you run out of turkey, that's what makes it Christmas. When the dog chews open all of the presents, that's what makes it Christmas. And I'm getting the idea for saying that from a bunch of commercials that are airing in the UK right now. But there's a lot of things that go wrong, and that's what makes it Christmas. But, it's those memories that make it such a beautiful time of the year, because even if things go wrong, you're still with family, you're still with loved ones, you're still with friends. Everybody is still being nicer to everybody else. And it's just an amazing time of year. And I think that the more memories that you can make during that time of year, the more meaningful it is for everybody involved, because it just becomes a fun, beautiful thing to look forward to, instead of this hassle that has so many different things that have to come up. This has 3 dotting tools in it. This is the closest I've come to finding any dotting tools in any of these things. And it's got 3 dotting tools, and they're not wood. So I did find this. No, I did not find the mandala dotting tool set. I'm still looking for it, and I'm going to find it at some point in time. I just don't know when. At least that's what I keep telling myself. And then I saw this on a cart in the aisle, and these were so cool. It says it's a 32-page book, and it just says it has the stones. I don't know if this is 32 pages of pictures that you can do a diamond print of or a diamond paint of, or if it's a book about dolphins that has one diamond painting page. I don't know how that works, but for the price, either way, that's an incredible deal, and it's really cool. I think it was like $5. I hope I put the price up there at some point in time. I'm not sure that I got every one of the prices done right. But speaking of, which one do you like best? Do you like the price following the tag? Do you like me saying it out loud? Do you like me showing it in such a way that it can be paused and read? Or do you like it static on the screen? Let me know. And I haven't looked at puzzles in a really long time. In fact, I think I only looked at them once after somebody asked me to go look at them. So I thought I'd go look at them again. Again, we're trying to avoid going up to the register while the loud person was there, because the loudness would just set my autism off. It would set off my anxiety. It might turn into a panic attack, and I can't afford to lose OLLIE'S. If I have a panic attack or an anxiety attack in an OLLIE'S, it's going to become not safe to me, just like Dollar Tree is now not safe to me. So I really, really, really am protecting myself when I'm in OLLIE'S. So I found the puzzles while we were waiting to check out, waiting to go up to the front to check out, and these were the ones that they had, and they had some really beautiful puzzles. And according to the sign on this, they were $4.99. Now, I didn't look at every one of them. I didn't look at the prices on all of them, but it looks like all of these different puzzles in these boxes like this are $4.99 each. That's a great price for a puzzle, especially since some of them are 1,000-piece puzzles. And then I went over and looked at the gift wrapping page, and I did this for two reasons. Number one, I wanted to see what was available for those that want to do gift wrapping, and I found these really cool boxes that had those candy stripes on them, and I found these that have these metallic covers on them. So you've got metallic box tops and you've got craft paper bottoms. When these go on sale after Christmas, imagine adding that to your craft stuff. Look at these. Fussy cut out the little car with the little tree on top of it. And you've got a cardboard, a thin cardboard, almost to the point of chipboard, somewhere between cardboard and chipboard, a little car with a tree on top of it. You could do the same thing with those cards. You can fussy cut out some of the images on those cards. And look at this beautiful, beautiful tissue paper. So many different things that you can do with tissue paper in crafting. There are so many different ways to use it, and some of these were absolutely gorgeous. It was $1.99 for each particular pack of tissue paper. And then they had these window clings. Those snowflakes on the side could be used as a card embellishment or as an embellishment in a memory book or a junk journal. And look at these beautiful, beautiful foil tissue papers. $1.99 for foil tissue papers. And look at that. You could cut that tissue paper out, and then you could put it over a piece of vellum so that you have the tissue and the vellum, and then you sandwich it with another something, maybe put vellum on top. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But so many different ways that you can use tissue paper in a crafting room. I saw these. I didn't know what they were. It turns out that they're the draft stoppers for doors, and they were 36 inches long, and I just happened to pick them up and look at them. This is another thing that I was thinking about. These are fully made, fully colored, partially foiled cutouts, die cuts of things that can be used to make a Christmas card out of. You just take that whole thing, take the little string out of it, put something over where the string was, a little gem or a little pom-pom or something, and then you've got this thing pre-made all ready for your cards. I did pick up the Santa Clauses to try this with, because the foil in the Santa Clauses is in his beard and it's pink. Oh my gosh, the dog was so cute. But I picked up the Santa Clauses because I want to try that. I mean, it's the idea of this. I think there were 12 of them in there for $1.29, so it's slightly better than 12 cents each to have an already made cutout piece. While we were up at the registers, I did see this. There was a whole big drop bin of these wallets, and they're really pretty. I don't know if they're authentic. I don't really do wallets because I don't need a wallet because I don't drive. I don't do any of that stuff. I basically walk out of the house with my phone, and everything else that I need is in my husband's wallet. But this was really pretty, and I had a wild time trying to figure out how to open the zipper and hold the phone at the same time. And I finally did figure it out, but I just cut out about 2.5 minutes of me trying to figure out how to open the zipper while I was holding the phone. And then they had these beautiful cards that were small in the area right in front of the gift registers, not gift registers, cash registers. And I thought some of them were really cool. And the last one, oh, it was my favorite. I just absolutely loved it. It's not a unicorn. I know you're thinking unicorn, but no, it's a gnome. Look at that. It's a cute little gnome. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so very much for watching all the way through. Please drop a like, because watching my videos all the way through and liking them are the two most important things that can happen for my channel, and I really appreciate that. If you choose to participate with my channel in any of the other ways that are available, like the super thanks and the becoming a member of the channel and my Patreon, my Facebook group, my Facebook page, any of those things, I greatly appreciate you. Absolutely, completely, and totally appreciate you. But please don't feel pressured to do anything. Only do what you are comfortable with doing. So thank you very much. I hope to see you in the live tomorrow. It will be at 9:30 p.m. on Friday, December 12th. Cheers and happy crafting!